Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Bloodborne. So today we are going to go ahead and continue exploring, get our weapons upgraded. Now we are probably going to be heading to the Hunter's Nightmare, I believe, because it has a few upgrade materials, it has a few chunks that we want to go ahead and get. So I just wanted to, show that you can, in fact, go there after you kill Vicar Amelia, because that is what triggers you to get the Eye of a Blood-Drunk Hunter and whatnot. So we're going to go ahead and go there. Now, we are going to be under level, so it's not necessarily going to be the most damaging. But nonetheless, it will be very beneficial for us, considering the fact that we need to get our weapon upgraded and whatnot. Well, we don't necessarily have to. We have more than enough damage, but hey, what's the point of not getting it upgraded if you can, you know? At least that's just how I see it personally. That's just how I see it. Got 3 loading screens, but one just is there for a split second. That's alright. Go ahead and run over here, and this is what I like to call the air-headed amygdala, because you'll see in a moment.
Cursed fiends, their children too. And their children forever true.
Look at that. There's literally nothing in its head. Air-headed Amy. That's all I call it. That's the air-headed amygdala. Funny thing is, if you have enough insight, at a certain point, I'll try and show it off later in the game if I remember to. You can actually go and look at that amygdala, and certain parts you can see that it has eyes, and then certain parts you can't. Like from certain angles. It's pretty funny. Not that I'm trying to rag on Bloodborne, you know. It was made in 2015, I believe. So, it is what it is. But like, even like graphical things, they're not really that big of a deal in my eyes. Sure, I understand that you want the game to look beautiful and whatnot, but if it plays like dog crap and it's pretty, what good is that, you know? What good is it? There's plenty of newer games and series that people despise, and they look better. There's no denying that it looks better, but it plays like crap, so it's not exactly doing anything for anyone. Just wanted to pick these gloves up. They're my favorite gloves in the game. So I was like, hey, let me go ahead and put that on. Old Hunter gloves, baby. Just looks really cool. Dodging this guy, I messed up because you need to dodge towards him, like right as he's about to swing. Delayed attacks are just a bit more tricky to dodge. Not impossible, just a bit more tricky, requiring a bit more effort. Golly, get away from me. Excuse me, guys, there's a stupid bug flying around me right now. Pretty annoying. But yeah, as you can see, we're doing a bit less damage than optimal. Well, maybe it's hard to see right now because these are beasts and whatnot, so I get bonus damage with the whip. So I ran back up here because there's a pathway to follow. This bloody bug, excuse me, guys. I'm sorry. We're about to have a One Punch Man moment up in here with this bloody mosquito. I mean, it's not a mosquito. It's like one of those small little flies that's flying around me right now, but it's nothing crazy. And look at these stupid mutts. And you saw that there was a bunch of damage. I'm telling you, a gun really makes that a lot easier. I just didn't want to take my chances trying to grab that item because these guys will hit like a truck, especially considering that you saw what one did with one hit. I mean, I think it might have been counter damage, but still, they do a butt ton of damage because I don't have much vitality, so it's not exactly recommended to do what I'm doing. I'm just doing it because I want the upgrades and whatnot.
More blood!
Yes, more blood. I didn't grab that item again because I'm just trying to secure my stuff. I don't want to take any unnecessary risks. So if I run past a few things, don't worry, we'll pick them up later on. Hopefully, if I remember. Although, again, it's not necessarily important that I pick everything up, considering that I'm not going to be using everything. Fireball comes down and ba-bam. Completely rocked. Pick this up. Now look at this. I think I show it off in just a moment. Here's some Molotovs over here, so be sure to grab those. Look at this. This massive dude just starts getting stun locked by, like, torches. That's that grab. Weird looking stuff. In all honesty, though, I'm telling you, to this day, I think Bloodborne has some of, like, the most, interesting enemies in the Soul series because of what they chose to do. I mean, one might say, oh, TCD, that's not really new, because don't you know in Demon Souls they had the octopus guy? Yes, I know. But I mean, in Demon Souls there's not really a reason why those enemies are a thing, whereas in Bloodborne, considering it's all Lovecraft pretty much, it's more explainable why, like, certain enemies look so, like, Lovecrafty, if you will. Blood vials over here, be sure to grab those. You'll need them if you're doing this DLC for the first time, especially. I was just trying to make sure that my monocular was on. That was all. So here's what you do when you're dealing with this little event over here. Take your time. Slowly advance forward. And get right over here. Don't step on that plate. There's one right over there. Shoot that crap. A bullet breaks him. And then you can sit right in here in front of this, like, broken amygdala head and just deal with all the guns. From a distance, of course. And don't forget there's one more. And I look at that glitch. The gun breaks but stays there. I don't know. You see it collapse and then it just repairs. It's pretty funny. I mean, I'm glad it still registers as broken, though. It's not necessarily, you know, still firing and operating. Goodbye. I just said, let me go ahead and break that, because I don't want to deal with that. Now, over here, I take my sweet time, because there is a hunter around the corner approaching you, and so I don't want to deal with that, or these guys, for the matter, because, again, you know, I'm under-leveled. This freaking fly, I'm literally going to obliterate this thing. I'm about to pause this recording and just obliterate this fly. I'm dead serious. Okay, so we go ahead and run past him. But he was hot on the trail, so, I was just trying to book it. Old hunter hat. One of my preferred hats in the game, just because it still allows you to have the mask and whatnot at the bottom. Yeah, Bloodborne hunters are ready for COVID, baby. You know, in all honesty, it would probably be so hot in this Bloodborne outfit that it's not even funny, considering just how much clothing is there. I mean, seriously, like, I would probably just have, like, to be versatile, like, I just have, like, robes, but, like, just, like, underclothing under it. Not, like, a really thick t-shirt or something like that, because I know that this is Victorian style and whatnot, but I'd probably just have, like, you know, like, I think they call them, like, muscle shorts or something, or, like, maybe just, like, a normal t-shirt. I would not have, like, all the clothing that these guys have under it. No way. That would be pretty hot as you're moving around in it. And I should know, because I wear jackets all the time. Like, I just prefer, I don't know, I just like wearing jackets. Like, I will be that person in summer, I live in Florida, right, wearing a jacket and whatnot, people would say, "Oh, you're crazy." Now, I wear that for a few reasons. For instance, one, shade, and for two, like, you will get cooked over here, my guy. If you live in, like, any kind of state that gets hot and whatnot, and you wonder why people are wearing long-sleeve clothing out there and whatnot, sometimes it's not necessarily because they just want to, like, suffer in the heat. They just don't want this sun burning them directly. I'm telling you. You won't get sunburned if there's no skin to, show. I'll say it like that. So, there is a reason. I hate these enemies. They're so annoying. They are so annoying. Just fat fleas. Fleas slash ticks. Look at this flail crap. Just nonsense, dude. Now you gotta be very careful here. There's a crystal lizard, but he runs over here because he wants to get you to run in that cave. And in that cave, there's a guy with a Gatling gun, and you do not want to deal with that. Now, unfortunately, in that cave is two things. I think more chunks, and it's the amygdalin arm, which, as I mentioned before in a previous episode, is one of my favorite weapons in Bloodborne. It's in my top 4, you know. My top 4 again being threaded cane, a church pick, the amygdalin arm, and then the Kirk hammer. It's pretty good, man. Pretty good. I think in that order, maybe I'd switch the Kirk hammer with the amygdalin arm. Just because it's slightly more, you know, versatile, for that matter. Because you can buff it and whatnot. Golly. Look at that gun damage. So I just ran over here because I wanted to, like, you know, recuperate and whatnot. Needed to get them off my back. So we got one chunk. No, I think he drops 2. We got those 2 chunks right there. And now we need to go ahead and advance over down yonder. And we will go ahead and pick up another chunk in a moment. Now be careful over here because these dogs are programmed to attack if one gets hurt. So if you do engage one, try and engage him like from over here where the other dog is going to have to come a while. He's going to have to come forward, I mean. Not come a while. I don't know what I'm saying. And then this one, you see, he's already over here making his way because, well, he's programmed to attack if one of his friends gets attacked and whatnot. So, charge attack, staggers him just long enough for you to follow up, and you'll be good. Having a gun really helps with these guys, to just be able to knock them down for a moment. Believe these are just souls. Yeah, just souls. And over here, yeah, I just put this pebble on here just to, like, grab enemies' attention and whatnot. Even though I didn't really need it for this position. Because he'll start, like, walking. So if you're just patient enough to let him walk by, then, you know, you can do that. And whatnot. It's a bit better than trying to engage him with all those crows around him. It's just really annoying because, you can kill him, but again, it's just a bit trickier, so you really have to know what you're doing in that regard for that to work. You really do. And you do have to watch it, because that shotgun blast does go a lot farther than you might anticipate. And it'll shoot you from, like, the bottom of the ladder with that shotgun. And just drain your stamina like nobody's business, and then you fall off the ladder. And you can't recover quickly if you fall from certain positions, and I think you see it later on in this video. Like, if you fall from certain heights, or if you fall because you got knocked off by an attack, they don't let you, like, instantly recover, and it's the stupidest thing ever. It really is. You're literally just on the floor and you can get hit while you're getting up. And it's just so stupid. Now, I don't know why I allowed this enemy to do this. Like, really what you're supposed to do is, you're supposed to run around him to cut him off. And I just let him bring me all the way over here. At least I got to showcase what will happen, you know. Now, this guy's gonna be the death of me, literally. Like, just watch later and whatnot. Now, I just wanted to show that you can parry these guys, but you have to know when to do it. And that right there is the power of the pistol, because unlike the shotgun, you can parry from a distance and then just dash in and get the attack off. Yeah, so I just wanted to get around that guy. Hop on down here. Get this. Look out for the shell. It's a jump scare for some people. Whirly Jigsaw. Awesome. Now watch this guy. You hear him? He's behind me. But keep in mind that I can't hear him because I'm playing with no sound. Because I play on a monitor, and the monitor doesn't have speakers and whatnot. And for some reason, even when I play with my headphones, the game audio just doesn't record it for some reason, so I don't play with my headphones. I know enough about Bloodborne to be effective in it, though. Now watch this. Watch this. Absolute, utter garbage. Now look, I can't get up. I'm mashing the button, but I couldn't get up because he was on the floor. And so they said, hey, if you get knocked down, we're not gonna let you get up quickly. You know, you are literally just gonna have to slowly get yourself off the ground, and while you're on the ground, you're also getting hit, so it's whatever. The item over there was pretty much just a cosmetic thing. It was just like a garb that I like. Has a little cape on it. So I was just like, whatever. It's not that big of a deal. I know some people are probably like, oh, 10k souls, but yeah, whatever. It's nothing to fret over. It really isn't. I just got what I wanted, which was those chunks and whatnot. 2 enemies with chunks, and so I can definitely upgrade my weapons, I believe. So I just popped a soul item here so that I can go ahead and do that. Funny thing is, I think I have enough twin blood, and I still haven't upgraded my pistol to at least +6, which I will try and remember to do next time. So, very much worth it to go ahead and come over here and whatnot. You'll be at a nice little advantage by doing that. And now that we've got that part done, what we're going to do next is we're going to go ahead and go to the Forbidden Woods and get the 2 items in order to access the other areas that are going to have more chunks for us and whatnot. So I'm not going to go back to the Hunter's Nightmare just yet. We'll go down there probably later on in the game, maybe in-game, whatnot. Then we'll go there, and that'll be for later, of course. So do tell me, you guys, how are you enjoying the playthrough? Is it better? Is the sound quality better and whatnot? I do feel like it's better. I do rewatch my stuff. I have to, pretty much, because I need to make sure that YouTube's processing it and alter the audio. So I actually listen to myself probably 3 times before you guys actually have the uploaded finished product. I'm just trying to make sure it's, all good and whatnot. Did this just a smidgen too late because I didn't restore all my health. And as I was recovering, he whacked me, so that was unfortunate. But as you can see, they're not really an issue. Not at this point. Not a problem. Not at all. And I just wanted to demonstrate here that you do, in fact, get a nice little bonus for whip mode viscerals. As you will see by the damage. Did over 1,000. And in cane mode, you'll see that I did just 900. You see? Now right now it seems like that's not really a big difference, but I assure you that as the weapon upgrades and as I get more skill, the whip mode will literally give you 200 or 300 more damage, so it's just something to keep in mind. Now you can in fact sneak past these guys, which is why I just decided to say shh. But why would we want to do that when I could just kill her instead? Just to show how powerful the weapon has become. Of course it helps that I actually, upgraded skill and whatnot, so that's something. You know, I think I said this in the first playthrough, but I really feel like strength builds just got the short end of the stick when it comes to Bloodborne. Because they said, you know what? I got a great idea. Let's make parries and like critical damage scale with a stat. You know that is relative, I suppose, to like weapons and whatnot, but only one kind of weapons, which is skill weapons and whatnot. It should be relative to, I just skipped the dialogue because I'm not sure if this is necessary to complete his quest, but, talking about, Bergenworth. But, well, not Bergenworth, the Vile Bloods. But yeah, they decided to say, hey, let's make it not scale with, like, your strength and your skill and the actual weapon itself. Let's just have it scale with one stat, and if you don't have that stat, like, yeah, maybe with a strength weapon, even with no skill, you'll get, like, I don't know, maybe 900 of Visceral. But considering that with the runes and skill builds, you can literally get over 2,000 of Visceral, that's completely ridiculous. So I don't know why they did that, and it's one of my, non-desired, decisions that they did in this game, but it is what it is. It's not necessarily, again, enough to make me like, oh my goodness, they're so bad, Bloodborne or something. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, I don't know why they decided to do that. That was just really stupid to me. Be careful when you're dodging enemies like that, because the tracking is really, really so bad. Bad in a way that, I mean, is just disturbing. That even if you dash around them, like, the freaking arm will curve around and still smack you. Who decided that? Don't know, but, hey, it is a thing. You see, I'm doing a really good amount of damage right now. Really good amount of damage. Now, over here, I was trying to say, should I end the episode? And I was just like, nah, I think I got enough time to go ahead and get those things. I was really debating. I was like, maybe I should, but I was like, nah, let's go ahead and get those items. And then we'll end the episode. We'll get the key items to get to the next areas, and then we'll end the episode so that when we come back, we'll have a nice little fresh start. And, we'll be able to go get those 2 upgrade materials and whatnot from those 2 spots. Like I said, it's very much worth it to do this. Go to the Hunter's Nightmare, get those upgrades, and then go get these 2 key items and then get the upgrades from those places. It's very much worth it to do it, so do remember to. Playing this game and playing like the other games right now, it's so interesting to do. It really is, because I assure you that this game is really fast-paced and whatnot. Your stamina comes back really nice, whereas in the other games you literally have to wait a moment. And attacking in Bloodborne, for the most part, barely uses stamina, like when you're not using the really big ones, of course. When you're using the larger weapons, yeah. But even with the Kirk hammer, I mean, with like 100 stamina or something, I think you can get like, what, 4 hits off? And that's more than enough. You're not going to be mashing R1 that much with the hammer part anyway. So. Even the hefty weapons usually have like a faster mode. That's not necessarily the case for all weapons, of course, but still. So, Tonsil Stone. That's what we want. Let's go ahead and kill all these mutts. And we run over here. I really like that both of these key items are pretty much on the same path, if you will. You grab the Tonsil Stone, run over here, and it'll lead you to the clinic, and then you can get, Canehurst summons from over here. So you just run around this guy, and this usually, like, keeps the giant out of your way. Poison isn't really a problem, considering that we have enough health to deal with it. When you have low health, it seems like it's going quickly, but this is slow poisoning. If it was rapid poisoning, you'd understand how serious it is. Rapid poison is pretty much too toxic in this game, but slow poison is just their own poison and whatnot. And since you have a lot of health, it's not really a problem. So I'll just let it, wear off normally. That's actually a double-edged sword about having low resistance. If you have low resistance to a stat, right, it'll proc quicker, but it'll also drain quicker. So when it comes down to stuff like poison and whatnot, the lower the stat in a way, it's kind of even better because it'll go away quicker. So it doesn't get as much damage off, you know. Which you'd think that it would be vice versa. You'd think for having good resistance, even when it does proc, it's going to have a low bar, but that's just not how they decided to go about it. Stupid pieces of crap. I hit R1 just to stun him to follow up my R2, because remember, those guys are resilient to anything that is not a thrust attack, so just keep that in mind. Go ahead and run over this way. So I went over here to just grab this rune. Not necessarily essential, but it's good to grab, you know. It's good to just pick it up just in case. Never know when you'll need some more blood vials. Just if a boss is giving you a little bit more trouble than usual. I actually used that rune for, I think it was, my fist only. Because certain bosses were just taking a while. And so, like I said, you know, considering that this is going to be a longer fight, there's a higher chance that I mess up. So when I do, I really should just have, you know, a good amount of vials to compensate for my mistakes. And we just eviscerate it because why not? You know, why not? And that is a question. So we got those key items, and now we'll go ahead and run back over to the Hunter's Dream and leave from there. Just about knowing what to do and whatnot, making things easier for yourself. So right now we have a +7, and in the next episode, considering that we have those two items, we'll have a +8.
Very well.
So I was just looking at the damage, and right now, currently, it's just more worth it to get the health. So I'll just get the health. I forgot to bow, my mistake, but you guys know to be kind. So that's that. We got those 2 key items. Just want to show you again. Canehurst Summons and the Tonsil Stone and whatnot. So we're going to go ahead and go to those spots in the next episode and continue to upgrade our weapon in preparation for the upcoming boss. Thank you all for watching. God bless, and I'll see you next time.